After the invention of the hydraulic organ, and after the invention of the positive organ, a new category of organ appeared: the portative organ. The first possible illustrated reference to a portative organ can be found in the 9th century. In the Stuttgarter Psalter, which was drawn in Paris, in Carolingian art. Psalm 137. It shows Jews in Babylonian exile, sitting by the rivers of Babylon, and being asked by the conquerors to sing. As a sign of their grief, they hang their harps in the willows. Often also a popular theme in later art painting. If you take a close look at the instruments of the Stuttgart Psalter, they could be two small organs instead of harps. The crossbar would fit the design of an organ. A similar design with crossbars can be found in two large organs, which are also illustrated in the Stuttgart Psalter. Mistranslations and wishful thinking often led to organs being illustrated in psalters instead of harps. That's why musicologists think it's possible that these two small instruments could be organs instead of harps. Portative comes from the Latin porter, which means to carry. It is not known when it started to be called portative. The portative is an organ that can be played by one person. The organ can be placed on the lap or hanging over the shoulder with a strap. A third, but not very practicable way of playing is to place the organ on the angled leg while standing. Portative organ indicators are played by one person. One hand operates the bellow, the other hand operates the keys. Mostly a uniform diameter of the pipes. Easy to carry. Direct valves. Wine pressure changes sound and volume directly. What a portative organ might have looked like in the 13th and 14th centuries can be found in religious literature. 13th century, Canticus de Santa Maria. 13th century, biblical emblems, Latin Paris. 14th century, Peterborough Psalter. You can also see that the portative organs were played with keys at this time. Francesco Landini, Italian composer, poet, organist, singer and instrument maker, was a master of this instrument. The Scorcialupi Codex features a collection of his works. 14th century, Lateral Psalter. 14th century, Musica. 14th century, Le Pèlerinage. Various illustrations of portative players can be found in the Gorleston Psalter. In the 13th to 15th centuries, art paintings with the motif of the Virgin Mary were popular. In these paintings you can find also portative organs. Coronation of Virgin. Coronation of the Virgin with 5 angels. Virgin of the Angels. Currently, there are no archaeological finds of portative organs from this period. Portative organ in the 15th and 16th century. The portative organ was often illustrated in a religious context, but it was mostly used by simple musicians outside the church. One of the illustrations of a portative organ, without a religious context. 15th century, illustration of an angel playing the portative organ, on a shrine. Ursulaschrijn. Since the 15th century, paintings of Saint Cecilia, playing a portative organ, became popular. Saint Cecilia playing in portative organ. While the angels played the portative organ for the Virgin Mary in the 13th to 14th century, Saint Cecilia plays the organ herself, and the angels operate the bellows and carry the instrument. Saint Cecilia, 3rd century, Roman Virgin Martyr, patroness of music and musicians, patroness of church music. Celebration Day November 22nd. The organ is one of her attributes. Since the 15th century, paintings of Saint Cecilia with a portative or positive organ have been very popular. In some sources, due to mistranslations, the invention of the portative organ is attributed to Saint Cecilia. Learn more about the history of Saint Cecilia and her organ in another part of the Organ History series. The portative organ in music history books. 1511, in a music theory book by Sebastian Verdung, an illustration of the portative organ can be found. Some images in this music theory book do not correspond to today's ideas of technical accuracy. Verdung's portative illustration was copied in later music books. 1529, Martin Agricola. 1536, Ottmar Licinius. 1780, Essai sur la musique, ancient et moderne, by Benjamin de la Borde. To see, an instrument described as an orgue portative. At the end of the 18th century, the portative organ lost popularity. Leonardo da Vinci also developed a portative organ, seen in Codex Madrid II. According to scientific descriptions, it is the first time that Leonardo designed a double-action bellows. He introduced an upright keyboard. Fascinating how much a modern accordion is similar to this musical instrument. Learn more about Leonardo da Vinci's organs in another part of the Organ History series. More portative organ models. Portative with buttons. Portative with a bellow at the bottom. Portative Saint Cecilia. Portative from a church window, Saint Cecilia. Portative for a carved statue.